Hello gentlemen, this is lesson 2, video 2, slope-intercept form. So the first example, we are going to graph the equation y is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 4 using the slope and the y-intercept. This is the fastest equation to graph and is also the easiest. So most people will turn pretty much any other linear equation they can find into this one. So both standard form and point slope form would end up being rewritten into slope-intercept form just because it's the simplest to graph. So the basic formula is written at the top, y is equal to mx plus b, and that is something that you need to know. M is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. Please understand that negatives stick with it. So if it's a negative slope, it would be negative m, and if it's a negative y-intercept, it would be minus b instead of plus b. Okay, so for this one specifically, m is negative 1/2, and b is equal to 4. So all we need to do is actually just really graph what we can. And again, after you draw your two axes, you need to label them x and y, and then you need to also label the the spacing so that I know what you're doing and you know what you're doing. Okay, so I go by 2's usually. It is the fastest. So if the y-intercept is 4, you're going to go up to 4 and put a dot. And then once you have put that dot, you are actually going to go ahead and use the slope. So our rise is down 1, and our run is 2 to the right. Or your rise can be up 1, and your run can be 2 to the left. The key is that the slope is negative, which means that when you look at the graph from left to right, the diagonal should be decreasing. So if we go down 1 and to the right 2, we would have a point at 2, 3. And if we go up 1 and to the left 2, you would have a point at negative 2, 5. So that's 3 points. You really only need 2, but here's 3. And then just connect them using a straight line. Put arrows on the end to indicate that they continue. And you're done. And we know it works because, again, like I said, when you look at the graph, you can tell it's decreasing. So as x is increasing, the graph itself is actually decreasing, so the y values are getting smaller. That is an indication that the slope matches your graph. This is something that you really need to check every single time you graph. Does the slope work? If you are graphing a positive equation and your slope is negative, that doesn't make sense, okay? So you need to make sure that they match. It's the quickest way to check if your work is correct. Does the slope actually work? If it doesn't, then go back and redo it. Alright, so here's the u-tribe. So you're going to graph y is equal to 3x minus 5, again using the slope and the y-intercept. Make sure you show all of the work, all of the steps. You need to state the slope, state the y-intercept, label everything on the graph itself, and then make sure you connect those dots. Alright, that's the end of this video. There is one more for this beginning intro to linears. That's it. Look out for the last video.